Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Bomber.
I run there with my dad in the park here in Liverpool. Hope with the God that the baby gets out of hospital on Wednesday and I can start training for the big dosser, Deontay Wilder, which gives him about 7.5 weeks, which is plenty of time for a mug like that.
Those are the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury as he confirms that his child will be getting out of the hospital, assuming that the child is doing better, obviously. And said that, hey, he will commence training for the big dosser, and he is talking about no other than Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world that vowed to get revenge on the Gypsy King. Let me counterpunch. What I see here is a false alarm. What I see here is a confirmation. What I've seen here is a concern for family. Okay, and it was put first. When I did hear people, oh, he's just trying to get out of the fight, I didn't pay that no mind, okay, because I don't think, or I believed that that would be a way or a scapegoat to get out of a fight that the odds are in his favor to win, okay, for one. And for two, if there is a problem with his family, especially a child, who gives a shit about a fight anyway? I mean, there's been enough fights that have canceled that I've definitely wanted to see. And we're not seeing those, i.e. Effie Ajagba and Frank Sanchez. So, this type fight here, for it to be prolonged again, oh God, big surprise. So I think at the end of the day, he is just letting everyone know that, hey, he's ready. He's jogging with his father. He's showing, hey, I'm coming back. So I don't even know if he heard any of the doubters, because a lot of times by the time he gets the hate message, it's old. It's old news, okay? But no, what is important, his child will be coming out of the hospital. And then when that day, I think finally people can understand that, hey, this is what was going on at the time. They didn't know the condition of how the child was going to be. After all, the child did code for like 3 minutes and they had to revive the child. Okay, so that ain't like no small issue. The child died. It ain't like the child was really, really sick and, had problems breathing and was on the incubator. And therefore, we're just sitting around to see if the breathing. No. This child died. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is confirmation that he's actually doing better, she's doing better. That means he's doing better, and he had his father beside him. So they're both out, taking a look at Tyson Fury, though. He looked like he was up in a hospital a long amount of time, like he didn't have sleep. He looks like he's about 55 now instead of 45, because he doesn't look 33 for the record. Tyson Fury looks, even when he shaves all the nomadic beard shit off, he still looks old. But I'm just letting you know, I think that it was a lot of sleepless nights in the hospital waiting on, the verdict of his child and the condition of his child, or his child to improve, right? So, but no, this is good news. This is good news. So people can go back to anticipating a good fight on October 9th. On top of the fact that people are still hurting and pissed off that it didn't happen on July 24th. I know I am. Okay, because look, this is the 16th of August. All right. So that fight should have been long gone. That fight is like 3 weeks over. We should have been talking about the next fight, or the possibility to see what happens next month with Joshua Usyk, because that's the herd of the belts. Okay, so whoever won should be considering that particular fight, or looking forward to the verdict. But now it's October 9th, so that really refrustrated everybody. Okay, so I think when people heard that, hey man, the child, then that gave everyone, or not everyone, but that gave certain people the excuse to say that Tyson Fury's making an excuse. But to me, if you ask me, it's like, hey, It sounded like a little boy cried wolf, like, hey, this happened. No, really, this happened. No, really, but this really happened. But by the time that comes, no one really believes you. So, but again, the welfare of the child is most important. Okay. And I'm glad he's able to mentally focus, because let's look at it like this. Who wanted to see Tyson Fury? Like, let's say his child would have died. Who wanted to see Tyson Fury fight Deontay Wilder at that point? You know what I mean? Like, it would be a situation where if he won, people would praise him. He would turn into like a hero, but then still respected and sobbed for because of what happened to his family. Yeah, he would get respect. But if he lost, it would be one of those things where, hey, he shouldn't have fought. He wasn't mentally there. His child just died. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that didn't happen. I'm just using that as an example of what could have happened. And then Wilder would have got a victory when, hey, everyone knew that Tyson Fury had problems and family issues and another child that deceased and stuff like that. Then it would have warranted another damn fight. Then we'll be looking at another fight. Guaranteed. Those are the type of things that happen in the sport between these two guys here. These two guys need to get themselves together. I'm glad Tyson Fury's, away from that phobia of his family member, his daughter being, dying or whatnot, so he can focus on this fight. So that won't be an excuse or a reason or anything to look for once someone falls in that ring. Okay? We need no excuses when it comes to this type of stuff between any of these guys. We want these guys to be in the best possible shape. And I know I don't want to hear the bullshit about Deontay Wilder saying that, hey, no one's in 100% shape when they're going into the ring. I don't want to hear that shit. Because that was another excuse that people use if you really want to be real about it. It was just another excuse. Well, nobody is 100%. No, both of you should be 100%. And if you're not 100%, you need to sit back and wonder why you're not 100% or close to being 100%. Counterpunch. Okay, so if it was his bicep or something that was messed up, he should get that fixed, or he had enough time to get that shit fixed by now. So if it fell off the bone, if it ripped or whatever it was, or whatever it did, okay, that should be healed. So if Deontay Wilder should be close to being 100% at any time, should be right now. And Tyson Fury, if he is in tip-top shape or he's in a good place mentally, he should be 100% as well. But the fight is still on. The date hasn't went anywhere. The date never went anywhere. They're not the new date, October 9th. So that's confirmation. You guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury confirming that his child is better and he is coming and training for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.